Patricia Gibson.
Madam Chair. And I'd like to thank my honourable friend for bringing this debate forward. I was thinking about what to say today because I've spoken in every single WASPI debate since I was elected, and I was struggling about what to say, and there's nothing really new that can be said. But I would say that the government here are behaving, they're treating the WASPI women as though the WASPI women are dealing with a dodgy used car salesman. This is the political equivalent of being mugged in the street. And I have to say, I thought, I know what I'll do, I'll talk about the injustice. But you know what? The government already knows about the injustice. The government are going to tell us, and the Minister, when he stands up, I'm quite sure, is going to trot out the old arguments about people living longer. Well, actually, that's no longer true because life expectancy is actually in decline now. He's also going to stand up and talk to us about... And can I just say, Madam Deputy Speaker, whether we're living to 80 or whether we're living to 150, that's not the point at issue today. The point at issue today that the WASPI women were not given proper notice. That is the issue today, and that's the one I would really like the Minister to focus on. I was also going to talk about the hardship and the penury in which these women have been placed, but the Minister knows that, the government knows that. They've heard it time and time again. I was also going to talk about the cruelty of moving somebody's pension age further and further away every time they approach it. But of course, the Minister knows that as well. He's heard it a dozen times. And I could also talk, as many others have done, about the caring responsibilities that these women have taken on. But the Minister, of course, knows about that as well as anybody else in this chamber. So what I'll talk about briefly is the social contract. The fact is that people in the chamber today have talked about what this will cost. Can we afford it? Well, I would suggest to the Minister we cannot afford not to address this matter, because this goes to the heart of the social contract between those who govern, those who govern us, and those who are governed by us. Because if people can't have faith in the contracts they have with those they elect to represent them, then where can they find justice? Where can they find support? The fact is that the social contract has been ripped up by this government cruelly and callously. And the Honourable Lady from Bury St Edmunds, who's no longer in her place, has talked about WASPI women as though they are some kind of burden on the state. Nothing could be further from the truth. The fact is, the Minister and others in the past have spoken about apprenticeships. Now, there might be some WASPI women out there that I haven't met who are terribly excited at the prospect of a £3.50 an hour apprenticeship. I just haven't met them. Perhaps the Minister has. Perhaps his colleagues who have been lauding this before us has met them. And WASPI women are not interested in whether or not they will get a telegram from the Queen. The fact is that doesn't pay the bills, it doesn't put food on the table, and as far as I'm aware, unless the card is edible, it's not much use. So we really need to stick to the matters at hand. The fact is these women have been let down. They were sold a pup. They are now living in hardship through no fault of their own, and it really is time that the government recognised that in contrast to their impassive, stubborn and unfeeling lack of response, we have the dignity and the fortitude of these WASPI women, and everybody who's watching this debate can see the difference between these two camps. I would urge the Minister to get a grip, do the right thing and give these women the money that they are entitled to.